The startup with the better product doesn't always win. Sometimes it's actually the weaker competitor that becomes the leader in their category. So, how does that happen? Well, that's what I've been chasing for the last 2 weeks. And the answer that kept showing up was happening in a weird place. It was billboards. So, Attio, Lightfield, Clay, those are three AI startups, and some of them with fewer than 30 employees. And they are posting photos of these out of home billboard campaigns on LinkedIn with the formality of a big product launch. They are dropping hundreds of thousands of dollars on out of home advertising. That's very strange because companies usually wait until they're much bigger. Notion did its first big campaign when it was 9 years in. HubSpot was 5 years after their IPO. Slack did it with a $5 billion valuation and 20 million users. So, what are these AI startups actually buying? Well, in every emerging category, there is a window when the leader designation is up for grabs. Buyers, press, investors, potential recruits are all asking the same question. Which of the companies in this category is going to be the company? Not just a player, but the default. These billboards are not selling to buyers. They are staking a claim, putting their flag in the ground that is visible to all of their stakeholders all at once, and they are saying, we are that company. So here are 5 fascinating lessons that this AI land grab should teach all of us, whether we are in an AI native category or not. First lesson is that categories consolidate. The market does not sustain dozens of credible players forever. It's going to settle, and usually around 1 or 2 incumbents or 1 or 2 challengers. So we're talking about 2 to 4 companies total in that finalist pool. Everyone else is going to become a feature in someone else's product or in someone else's story. So in the AI native CRM right now, there are dozens of credible challengers that are realistically fighting for the 2 key challenger spots. By 2027, the buyer's shortlist will probably include Salesforce and HubSpot and 2 other AI native startups. The rest won't disappear, but they also won't have that wind assist from the category either. The second lesson is that the window is shorter than it feels, and it's going to vary by industry. So AI native categories are uniquely compressed because the underlying tech is moving so fast right now, and incumbents and competitors can ship features in weeks. The window for AI native CRM is going to be 24 months tops, and the challengers are halfway through that already. Other categories will run longer. So at Recurrent, where I'm head of marketing, we sell EV battery analytics into the used EV market. And so we established our leadership claim within 18 months, but the auto industry actually took another 2 years to mature to the point where it wanted to recognize a leader. So the full window for us was more like 4 years. Number 3, your leadership claim should be disproportionate to your stage. When you are a small company with itty bitty revenue and a small team, claiming that leadership spot feels premature. But a claim that's perfectly proportional to your stage is not a claim. That is an uninspired company description. It's just a status update. Your bold claim should probably outpace your internal metrics. So when we plant that flag today, we want that to be the catalyst for us to reinforce it with substance and data tomorrow. Fourth, the judges who crown the leader are going to vary by industry. A leadership claim is only useful if the right judges see it. And judges vary more than founders often think. So in enterprise SaaS, the judges are going to be Gartner and Forrester. The magic quadrant is going to matter way more than any single customer logo that we get. In AI native B2B, the judges are San Francisco investors and a big customer logo wall. For Recurrent, our category in automotive, the judges are trade media who have an outsized influence on what everyone else sees and reads and ends up thinking. So find the judges before you start spending. Spending on signals that the wrong judges see is just paying for impressions that don't promote your leadership role. Fifth is that claims are going to happen before recognition. You make the claim and then months or years will pass, and that's okay. So, what does work in the meantime is that we are going to stack small signals. So, press mentions and customer logos and conference panel speaking spots and podcast appearances and industry research. It's all going to bundle together, and none of them are going to have a lot of momentum by themselves, but together they accumulate into a body of evidence that the judges will use to ultimately make their decision. So don't mistake silence for failure. Just keep beating that drum until the industry can hear it. Okay, so back to the question I started with. Why do some startups become the company and everyone else is lost to history? People will tell you to let the product speak for itself. And okay, that's good advice in a settled, mature category, but in an emerging one, the leader designation is up for grabs. And someone is going to claim it. If it isn't you, it's going to be a competitor. So find your category's land grab signal, plant that flag, and then back it up.